So I'm going to be talking to you about one big mental trick that you can start using like now to improve how productive you are, improve like what you're able to get done, but also to know the balance of self-care and productivity, because there's a balance to it. But what about when you just don't want to get anything done? What about those times where you're just exhausted? Maybe you're sleep deprived. Maybe there's some nutritional issues you're going through. Maybe it's just hormonal. Maybe it's just life situations. And you just don't want to. We've all been there. We've all been there, okay? And you guys know I'm very honest with the times where I'm like that, where I just don't feel like showing up. I don't want to be around my kids or my husband. I'm so tired. I just want to sleep. My mom used to say, just take a bath and go to bed, honey. Tomorrow's a new day. And I'm telling you, that's my mantra. Like, take a bath, go to bed. Tomorrow's a new day. I feel that very often. So what happens is we get into this place of, I don't feel like being productive. I don't feel motivation. But then things pile up and pile up and pile up. And all of a sudden, some of what we're feeling of I don't feel like it is because there's just so much to do. And sometimes it's too much to do. And you guys know I've been providing you with tools about how to get your family involved, how to get your partner involved. I'll make sure to have those in the comments below. But what happens is when we feel so overwhelmed and life is already overwhelming enough, we just don't want to anymore. We don't feel like it. This is normal. This is completely normal. If you felt this way, share, because I think we all need to know we've all been there, okay? What happens is we get in this spiral of feeling worse, feeling more guilty that we're not taking care of things. We're supposed to take care of things, right? But we're not. And so something's wrong with us, and then the guilt, and then somebody makes a comment in our family that, they do that, right? They just make those comments where you're like, ah! And we just feel worse. So here is my number one mental trick, okay? You guys know I love to give you psychology tools. Here's number one. And doctors use this, surgeons especially use it. You will see this in the Olympics with athletes using this. I don't know why we, as normal people, lay people, unless you're a doctor or an athlete, why we're not using this. The tool is visualization. And all you have to do is think about that project you want to get done. Not all the projects, not all the things, the one thing that you need to get done in that moment. And visualize you doing it all the way through the end, how it will feel at the end to get that thing done. That feeling of like, yes, I got it. And just that feeling of one less thing on your list. That visualization, that power of of telling your mind, here's the end result. It's like watching a movie. Like, I know how it ends. And we want that. We crave positive reinforcement, though we often give ourselves negative reinforcement. We crave positive reinforcement. So we're pushing, and we're thinking of this, we're visualizing, and then when we get to the end and we go like, man, that feels so good when that is done, and I can just cross that off my list, then all of a sudden we will experience sort of this resurgence of like, okay, I can do this. And I'll give you the bonus tip. You guys know I love to use timers, because you set 20 minutes on the timer and all of a sudden, then it's not hours worth of things you need to get done. So when you don't feel like doing something, when you just don't feel like it, when it's, the week has been bad, the month has been bad, the year has been bad, whatever it might be, the power of visualization, of picturing each task you need to get done, all the way completed to the end, how it's going to feel is going to drive you and push you. And then from there, setting a timer and going, okay, I'm going to give myself 20 minutes to move towards that. At the end of those 20 minutes, if you still feel the motivation, keep going. If you need to take a break, set the timer again for a 5-10 minute pause. Not enough time to go sit and watch something. Not enough time to be on the phone with someone. You might return some voicemails, that's about it. But don't redirect your attention into something that's going to pull you back into I don't feel like it mode, but will be able to push you up. So here's a good tip, getting out of the house. One of our chief household officer students asked, what about when getting out of the house is so exhausting. Like when you've got 2 young kids, you just think, oh my God, it's going to take forever. What's the point? Like why even start? Okay. But if you can visualize, oh my goodness, we need to get out of this house and we need some sunlight. I'm picturing we're gonna walk to the playground. Yes, it's gonna be hard in the beginning, but we're gonna get there and we're gonna play. And I'm gonna have like 2 minutes to breathe before the kids cry about something. Let me make sure I pack the snack cup and the sippy cup because we need to have those things. And I'm gonna make myself a green tea. Okay, I'll make myself a green tea and I'll have that with me to go on this trip. Okay. And so I'm visualizing we're just out there and the kids are smiling. I love playing with them when they're like this. And yeah, okay. And it's actually going to be really good. The last time we went, it was really good. Or maybe the last time wasn't really good, but you're going to visualize this time it's going to be good. You're going to make it happen. Okay. So you picture that and then you go, okay, I'm going to set the timer for the next 20 minutes. I'm going to prepare for us to get out of the house. Nothing involving the kids at this point, okay? This is the prep the bag, whatever it might be. Get your shoes on and your jacket on. Go ahead and just have all that ready. I can't wait for summer, guys, because like getting out the door is so much easier. You don't need so many layers, right? So once you've visualized it, once you put on your timer to do something to get what you need to as the adult in the room situated, then it's time for the kids. And then that process is a fun music on, whatever it needs to be to go, we're going to the playground. We're going to sing a song about whatever it might be. And so you get yourself in a place to know it's going to be good at the end. I've made myself my tea. I'm going to bring it with me. We're going to walk, however we're going to get there. And all of a sudden it pushes you to actually do it because you know that there's a positive reinforcement at the end, which is like 2 minutes of you time and hopefully sunlight and smiles and having fun and doing something different. And the satisfaction of knowing that you pushed yourself out of your comfort zone and didn't get stuck in the I don't feel like it mode. Okay. So you guys have my number 1 mental trick. You all know the timers, use the timers. And start to apply this. And I want to know if this is working for you because it might be that the visualization needs to go a little bit deeper and you really experience all of it. Watch the movie all the way through and don't make it a negative ending. It's very easy to go like, oh, but then this is what's going to happen. Do what you can to prepare that it is not a negative ending and then understand that your kids, your partner, your friends, whatever can throw off all of that, but you yourself can be in a positive place. Now, there is a balance of time of you just need self-care time. And let's say you get an hour window for you, maybe 2 hours, but you also need to get some things done and you need to recharge. Well, this is what you do. Again, you set timers. You guys are going to be so annoyed by this, but eventually you'll start using it. You go, okay, 30 minutes. 30 minutes is going to be for me and I'm going to do XYZ or lay on the floor. And 30 minutes is going to be for cleaning or picking up or organizing or planning, whatever. And then I got 30 more minutes that are going to be for me. And you can alternate if you find that it's hard to get yourself back in motivation mode after relaxing, then you really just break up that free time into little projects that need to get done and then also incorporating some time for you to rest. Many times when we just don't feel like it, we are going through a funk. We're going through some stuff. So you do need to balance self-care and rest with getting things done. So really having those 20-minute chunks of time where you're actually getting it done, I think is the best time to just sort of go like, okay, this is my time to get things done. And then I will really take care of myself because we tend to think projects are draining. It's not the project that is draining. It's the thinking about the project that's draining. So once you get the project done, it's gone and you don't have to think about it anymore. And that's less draining and that's less feeling negative. Okay. Okay. So your mental trick, your timer, and you're balancing self-care and getting things done so that you don't make things worse for yourself.